All right, guys, so Kyle back here from Max Out. We are coming down to our third week of the core challenge. I don't know about you guys, but I'm finally getting past that stage of really soreness to I can almost do anything with my core. Because that's really what's gonna happen when we get through this week. This third week is really gonna push the limits of our boundaries of how much we can stimulate that core and how long we can hold it. Because at the end, which I have told you over and over again, you're allowed to space out, you will not be allowed to. That means we are going to overload. So with that, let's get into a little bit of what we're gonna do this week, comparatively speaking to what we've done in weeks past. The one thing I want you to make sure is always form. Keep that in conjunction with every exercise you do. But today and for the rest of the week on certain components, we're gonna have less reps. That doesn't mean it's gonna get easier. It's going to be harder, but it's because I want you to slow it down. Now, if you don't slow it down, then what you're gonna get out of this is not what I want you to get out of this, and it's not gonna be what you want out of this either. So make sure that you actually pay attention to the amount of reps, the positioning, watch the video, and do it like I and the other coaches do it. I'm not trying to be egotistical here, but there is a form and a key and a function for all of these exercises, and if they are done right, you will get the results that you and I both want for yourself. So with that, let's jump right into it. Got my trusty stick-o-matic here. First day, Monday, right out the top, we're gonna start out with a plank, dumbbell drag through, that's forward and back. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can use a bag, put some tools. If you have a water bottle, just put a little extra water in that. Or if you have a bag of rice or any sandbags from the winter, maybe something that we had for, taking care of some of that ice out there, use that. You wanna use about a 10 to a 20 pound weight for this, but you're gonna drag it forward and back. Iso crunch, Russian twist. This means you're going to stay up and isolated. We've done this before, but we're gonna be doing an extra 100 reps of this one. So as you can see, we're already getting started pretty heavy and hard as the week begins. High knees. This is the exercise that I got the most comments about for the last 2 weeks, 4 minutes straight. Now, I would suggest doing a minute at a time for this exercise and rotating those through. But 4 minutes high knees, you're welcome. Number 2, Tuesday, plank knee drive donkey kicks. This is gonna be a double up move. So we're actually gonna get a little bit of that lower back and glute activation while we're doing this. I love doing tons of core, but if we can stimulate some extra muscle groups, might as well. That one is gonna be 50 on each. This is again, one of those exercises. We're gonna slow down, we're gonna control, we're gonna squeeze, and we're gonna breathe. If you watch my Coach's Corner, you know what I'm talking about. If not, go back and check that one out. Second, iso oblique crunch. This is just like that Russian twist, but we're not twisting this time. We're gonna hold that thing out for a certain amount of time. Elbow side plank, dips. I prefer the elbow. It puts a little bit more stimulation into that oblique. And when we do those dips, there are different ways to do them. Again, spreading those feet, stacking those feet. I'll show you that when we go through the instructional videos. But make sure you do what feels good. If you feel like it's overexerting in an area, such as that hip or maybe that back or hurt your shoulder, find what works for you and slow it down. Still get that same time over tension, but don't make it feel like a painful exercise. None of this should be that way. Stimulation, but not painful. Halfway through that week, we got that Hump Wednesday, plank hop-ins, done them over and over again. We got 50. This is not gonna be a huge round day. This is almost what I would like to call your rest day. We are gonna be hitting the end of the week pretty hard on that slower component. So look at Wednesday as halfway through the week. All right, I'm getting there, because your core is going to look at these numbers and the amount, and it's gonna actually think of it as a rest. So if you've done 3 weeks worth and we're already up to this point, this is a rest day. It sounds crazy, but it is. Plank hop-ins, you got 50. Diamond Russian twist. Spencer's gonna go through this one. It's a great, different type of Russian twist where you just have to really keep a positioning and form with those hands and upright fashion. He will show you. Garhams, Kevin, you're welcome back. The word of the day, the word of the week, the word of the year. I don't know if it's real, but it's a double leg lower. We like to have those arms extended overhead because that really opens up that rib cage and expands those muscles. The elongation of those muscles makes more tears, which gives you better gains, so do it. All right, we're getting down to the end of the week. We got Thursday, we're getting to the power days. These 2 days are our slow days. I want you to go key, form, function, number 1. I don't care, it should take you 15 to 20 minutes to do these as the same as this, which might be a quarter reps. a quarter of the reps that you would have here. So again, Thursday, Friday, we're slowing it down. First, bear plank up downs. I know a couple of you guys, or actually a lot of you guys right now, like, I hate bear planks. Well, guess what? They work, and we're gonna get a little quad activation. Just like we got that glute and hip activation up here, we're gonna stimulate it down here. This is a slow movement process. Control. 2, we did it last week. We're gonna do those 90-degree standing straight arm rotations. Again, we're going back into that glute and quad activation. We might as well get a double up, but you are gonna go slow. Keep your eye on the prize. That is that weight. With that arm out extended in front of you, if your eye does not travel with it, you are not gonna get what you need out of that exercise like we talked about. And then last, 4 minutes of an iso crunch leg extension. 4 minutes. You're welcome. Friday, last day of the week. This is the major day where I need you to slow it down and pay attention for form for function first. The other major part about Friday, no rest today. I want you to do it all in one shot. Now that does not mean I need you to do each exercise straight through once, but when you start your core challenge on Friday, you will not stop until you finish every single number. Why? Because you're ready. Don't be afraid of it. Come to this Friday and kick Friday in the tail because you're ready. All right, so Friday, the number 2 hated exercise, or sorry, not hated, but loved exercise by all of our friends and fans out there is that Spiderman plank with the half push-up. You're going to do 25 each on these, but I want you to stay on one side. So maybe doing 10 or so at a set on one side, switching to another exercise, and then coming back to it. Again, if it's hard, go to the knees, but keep that form. Number 2, sit up, outside hip, opposite toe or opposite tap. This is like a V-up hand to opposite toe tap, but we're gonna create a little bit of a Russian twist in it and extend ourselves out and touch left and right, but we're still keeping that V-up between the legs and the hand. It's a little complicated exercise. We're gonna show it. This is probably one of my new favorite ones and it's brought to you by Tristan. If you don't know who he is, he's gonna be bringing a speed training to you soon. You will find out. Lastly, you know I kind of lied. This last exercise was our number 1 most feared, but that's why I'm bringing it back on Friday, and that's why I don't want you to rest going through this one. Maybe a minute, maybe 2, maybe you can get through 4, because you are ready. We have elevated iso scissor kicks. So this is a full extension scissor kick. I went up, I went down, I went up, I went down, and I want you to change levels, which I mean is your speed or the erratic way that you do it. Quick, 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 quick. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. Change that level. It will be one of the hardest lower ab exercises you've ever done, but you're ready. All right, so looking at this whole component, after we finish week 3, you are over 3,000 repetitions on your core in 3 weeks. What does that mean? That means you should be ready for week 4, because if you think this is gonna be something, you have no idea. All right, guys, get that water, get that drink, get yourself set up, and let's get this done. I will post throughout the week how I'm doing because I'm 1 week ahead of you guys, showing you that we have a process and where that finishing line is. I hope you guys took pictures of yourself because there is a very big benefit to see you. I don't need to see it, but you need to see it, and I promise you, if you've done 4 weeks with us, you're gonna wanna show anybody or everybody anyways. So. Lastly, stay with us live on Zoom. You can find us on the MindBody app. We are now going live on there. You can buy classes, you can register, you can link with us. Facebook, we're always on, and send us some questions. Tell us what you want. If you see something that really bothers you, if you see something that hasn't been what you wanted, tell me. I'm here, we're gonna give it to you, but we can't give it to you unless you let us know. So stay safe, guys. We miss y'all. Don't worry, we're coming back, Max Out Strong. And let's get it.